Okay, so yesterday we were discussing about the fixed asset. So we have seen the fixed asset manual creation of the master and the fixed asset acquisition through journals. Now we will see fixed asset auto creation through purchase order and how it will be acquired. So we will see that particular process. Okay, so for that I'm going to the directly to the purchase order. Okay, for that I am navigating to the accounts payable module. Okay, in accounts payable module, purchase order, all purchase order. Mm, so before that, let me disconnect the workflow, otherwise it will be triggered. So let me deactivate the workflow. So this is the active change management. If we deactivate this one, the workflow will be disabled. Okay, under the procurement sourcing parameter. Now let me go to the all purchase order form. Okay, so let me create new by clicking on new button. Let me select any random vendor. Okay, so let me select the site. Okay, so at here, let me go to the header. So at here we have couple of mandatory field. So that was the reason I went to the header of this particular purchase order. And at here I am updating the financial dimension. This is the mandatory field which is required. Okay, so I am updating for this particular uh, purchase order. Okay, now you can see the purchase order status is already in approved state. Okay, so if you go to the line level, in line level if I select the procurement category, okay, let's imagine in procurement category I am selecting the fixed asset category. Okay, in fixed asset category, let's imagine I am selecting as motor vehicle. Okay, so once I have selected this particular motor vehicle, and if I update the quantity as 1 unit of measure as each, and if I am updating the value of this particular fixed asset, let me open in line details this fixed asset tab also. Now at here I am updating the unit price as, let's imagine 15,000. Okay, now once I have updated this particular value as 15,000, you can see at down the fixed asset new fixed asset toggle button will be enabled and the fixed asset group will be auto populated. Okay, I just press tab and I'm clicking on save. Okay, now you can see the new fixed asset toggle button has been enabled and the fixed asset group has been auto mapped. So I didn't select it manually, it's automatically hit happen. Okay, similarly if I add another line with the same category, okay, so at here also I'm selecting the same procurement category, that is fixed asset. Okay, and motor vehicle. as my fixed asset. Okay, and at here I am updating the same quantity as 1, unit of measure as each, and I'm giving the 1500 as a unit price. Now if I save this particular record, now you can see there is no fixed asset will be created for line number 1 minute. It's, let me change to AD. Okay, now if you see, I have created the line number 2 with the amount of 1500, and you can see there is no fixed asset has been created. For line number 1, you can see the fixed asset has been, the fixed asset, new fixed asset toggle button has been enabled, and the fixed asset group has been auto populated. So how this has been auto populated? So with the help of, uh, let me show you that. Okay, let me make duplicate tab. Yeah, so with the help of, if you go to the procurement sourcing module, okay, under procurement sourcing module, we have under setup, we have fixed asset. You can see the business rule for the fixed asset determination. So this is the rule where I have defined, like for example, you can see it here, we have a vehicle. Okay, for motor vehicle procurement category in organizational wide rule, so if the threshold limit is 2000 AED, then it will be qualified, has qualified, then this particular group has been mapped. This is the organization level. And legal entity level also I did the same. It's 544.6 USD is nothing but 2000 AED only. Okay, and for that also I have, if it is qualified, yeah, if it is more than 544.6 AED, then the fixed asset will be created, and if it is less than this particular amount, then the fixed asset will not be created. Okay, so with this particular business rule for the fixed asset determination, based on that my line has been populated. Okay, now is there any doubt how this particular business rule determination has been based on this, how the my fixed asset is getting mapped? Okay, if you have any doubt in this particular business rule, please let me know. After that, we will go for the confirmation as usual, that is the purchase order process. So once the purchase order is confirmed, the status of the purchase order will be changed to confirmed, and then we will do the receiving. Okay, now if I go to the receive tab and I'm generating the product receipt, you can see still so far the fixed asset number is not created. Okay, now once I have post this particular product receipt, the fixed asset number will be generated. Let's see that. So I'm clicking on product receipt, and I'm clicking on OK to post the product receipt. Okay, now the product receipt has been posted, and if you see at down of this particular purchase order line details, for line number 1 there is a fixed asset has been created, and if you see line number 2 there is no fixed asset has been created. Okay, so it means that the line number 1 is getting capitalized and line number 2 is getting as expense out. Okay, so if I select the line number 1 and if I click on this particular fixed asset number, okay, the fixed asset master will be open. Okay, so this is the fixed asset master. uh, okay, so this is the fixed asset master which is created automatically from the purchase order. And if you see the status of this particular fixed asset by clicking on books, so you can see the status of this particular fixed asset is not yet acquired. Okay, now, and you can see the acquisition price is so blank, and no other information is populating. Now if I go a step back, another step back, so this is the purchase order form. Now if I make the invoice, then you can see the fixed asset status, what will happen. So let me do the invoice by clicking on generate invoice in purchase order. Okay, at here the invoice number is mandatory, so let me give the invoice number and invoice date. And attachment also. Okay, so after that, 1 minute, let me disable this particular workflow, then we will proceed further. So for purchase order invoice there is a workflow. To disable that, so we need to go to the modules, accounts payable workflow. Okay, so this is the workflow which we need to disable it, which we need to make as inactive. So I'm regenerating the invoice. Let me attach the document. Yeah, I'm posting this particular PO invoice. So once I have posted this particular purchase order invoice, then you can see the status of this particular fixed asset. Okay, so let it post, then we will go to the fixed asset master. Okay, the invoice has been posted. So if I click on this particular fixed asset number, and it will take me to the fixed asset master. Okay, so in this particular fixed asset master, now if I click on the books, okay, now you can see the acquisition price, okay, acquisition date, and the status is changed to open, which means the depreciation can be started. And you can see the place in service date, it is by default it's take the acquisition date. So if you want to modify the place in service date, so from the place in service date the depreciation will be started. Okay, and if I scroll little bit down, you can see there is a purchase and sales tab. So you can see the purchase information, like who is my vendor, what is my purchase order number, what is my invoice number. So this information is populating from the respective uh, respective purchase order form. Okay, so this is the process of acquiring the fixed asset through purchase order. If you have any doubt, please raise it. It's a straightforward process, but we need to enable these business rule fixed asset determination.
No doubts, Gautam. Please continue.
Yeah. So we have another way of doing the acquisition of the fixed asset, that is through the project management and accounting module. So let me give you glance how it will work. Okay. So we will have a new project type called investment project. Okay. Mostly your buildings will be constructed, okay, through project management and accounting. From there it will be capitalized. So what they will do, they will go to the project management and accounting, all projects. So at here they will click on new. So they will click on new, and at here it will be a, either they can use internal or they can select the investment project. So this is related to the internal projects only. So once they have selected the respective investment, so they need to give the project name and project group, customer name. So these information they will select it, and they will click on create project. So on that, so whatever their expenses are there, the capital expenditure, like to construct the building, we require some of the raw materials, the including all raw materials and the construction cost. So everything after including, so what will be the final amount, that is my total capital expenditure or total capital work in progress for this particular building. Okay, so at the end, so what they will do, they will book over here your all capital work in progress in this particular investment project. Okay, and after that they will pass one JV from the fixed asset journal by selecting the capital work in progress as a credit. So at here what will happen, your capital work in progress account is debiting and respective customer account is has been done. Now you were doing the reverse action where your capital work in progress will be uh, your capital work in progress will be realized, and it will be zero out, and your fixed asset master balance will be updated. So this is the way for acquiring the fixed asset through project management accounting module. So I'm not going in depth, but I'm giving high level how the project will be created and how the capital expenditure will be booked. Okay, and based on that they will acquire the fixed asset. So this is completely entirely different module, this project management accounting. Okay, yeah. So we have seen different ways of acquiring. We have seen fixed asset acquire through vendor payment journal, through customer payment journal. If you see vendor payment journal and customer payment journal and journal, both are, all these three forms are same. There is nothing is different. Okay, the only one thing is we need to select the account type as fixed asset. Okay, and we have seen the fixed asset journal. So fixed asset journal is a little bit different view from compared to the other three journals form. Okay, so we have a transaction type, so where we will select the respective transaction type of the transaction, either it is a acquisition or it is a depreciation or it is a uh, disposal of sale. So we will select that respective transaction. Now, so far we have seen the acquisition. So the next concept is over here we have a depreciation. So what do we mean by depreciation over here? So for the fixed asset value is not constant. It gradually decrease being use of that particular fixed asset or non-use of fixed asset. So if you keep that particular stock of fixed asset and if you are not utilizing it, the value of the fixed asset will be gradually decrease year by year, year by year. So how we will run this particular depreciation? So there are two ways you can run the depreciation. Okay, for that you can go directly go to the fixed asset. Okay, and you can see create depreciation proposal. So if you click on this particular create depreciation proposal, a form will be open. Okay, and at here it will ask what will it, this is a parameter form. Okay, so at here you need to give the depreciation end date. Like for example, I want to run the depreciation, for example, 30th November. Okay, and for the legal entity, for which legal entity you want to run, so I will select the respective legal entity. Okay, so after that you want to make on summarize depreciation. Summarized depreciation is nothing but you may have you may not have run the depreciation for couple of period. Like for example, you have not run for the October, November, and December. You are running on the month of, let's imagine you have not run from February to November. So in that case, it will create individual line for each month. So instead of that, if you click on this particular summarize button, so February to November, what is my depreciation value? So it will be summarized in one line. Okay. And if you want to run for one fixed asset number, so you can select with that particular fixed asset number or fixed asset group or book wise. Okay, so after that you can click on create journal. So what it will do, a job will be run in backend, and after that a journal will be created under the fixed asset journal. So this is one way of creation of depreciation. Okay, so let it create, then let me show you another way also. One minute, let me check the batch job of that particular server. You can see this is the depreciation journal. Okay, but you can see it here the voucher series it took FAA as a default. Okay, so I need to select the FAD journal. Instead of FAD journal I have selected as FAA. FAA stands for the fixed asset acquisition and FAD journal is FAD journal stands for the fixed asset depreciation. Okay, so the reason why it took FAA journal, so the reason behind this is if you go to the fixed asset parameter, so at here we have defined the journal type by default for current layer as FAA. Okay, so that was the reason it took the journal by default as FAA if you run the proposal. Okay, so if I go to the lines, now you can see for we have only one fixed asset, that is fixed asset number 8, and you can see for fixed asset 8 it's calculated 94.44. Okay, so let's take example of this particular fixed asset. Even I will filter this particular fixed asset over here. Okay, so we have only one value, so let me open this particular fixed asset master. Okay, now I will go to the books. Okay, and I will go to the transactions. One minute. Okay, now you can see we have the acquisition price as 3400, and you can see we have a depreciation of 47.92, so 47.22. Okay, that is which was created in the month of September. Okay, for October and November you can see the depreciation value it took has the 47.22 into 2. Okay, and you can see still this particular journal is not yet posted, so once we click on post the depreciation journal will be posted. So currently what I am doing, I'm not posting this particular depreciation journal, so I'm deleting directly from here. Okay, so we have seen how we can create the proposal of the fixed asset depreciation by directly creating the fixed asset depreciation journal. Okay, that is from here. So under the journals, fixed asset journal entries, you have create depreciation proposal. So in this particular form we are updating this information. So once we are updated this information like the fixed asset journal as FAD, selecting the legal entity and the parameter date, and if we click on create journal, the journal will be created. So this is the way of creating depreciation journal for all the fixed asset. Okay, so the another way of creating the fixed asset depreciation journal is what we will do, we will directly go to the fixed asset journal. Okay, we will click on new, and at here we will select the respective legal entity, journal name as fixed asset depreciation. We will go to the lines. Okay, so after opening the lines, so you will go to the proposal. From here you will click on create depreciation proposal. You can see depreciation proposal, so you click on depreciation proposal, and by default the date you will update, and you will click on OK. So if you want to filter with multiple if you want to filter with the one or two fixed asset, then in that case you will click on filter, and you will select the respective fixed asset number from this particular drop down, and you will click on OK. Then it will be run only for that particular fixed asset. Okay, so at here what I am doing, I am directly just clicking on OK. So what will happen, it will calculate the depreciation for all the fixed asset. Now you can see the fixed asset has been created, and you can see it has been created for all the months. Now you can take any one example, like for example if you take the vehicle 003. Okay, so you can see it here, we have September, October, November. You can see it is calculated 3 different calendar month, and you can see the amount 2376.76. Okay, so if I open this particular fixed asset master, if I go to the books, okay, now you can see the acquisition price is 27.19. Okay, you can see the acquisition price is 27.19. Okay, so how it is calculating, so you can see 27.19 divided by 36 period. Okay, which comes around 0.75. You can imagine 0.76, and that is my monthly amount. So based on this monthly amount, you can see there are 2 months which is posting as 0.76, and there is 1 month which is posting the 0.23 based on the pro rata basis. Has, you can see the placed in service is 22 September. Okay, so for that particular 9 days it is posting as 0.23. Okay, so I can showcase you that one. Let me go a step back. You can see it's 0.23 it is posting, and rest all the period it is posting as 0.76. Now I have my 27.19 is divided by 36 period. Now this is my monthly amount. Now again it's divided by 30. So this is my monthly days. This is my days depreciation into 9. You can see it's 0.23 is my month, that particular pro rata base depreciation, and you can see 0.23 it is calculating. Okay, so this is how the depreciation will be calculated, and I believe you have understand this particular depreciation concept. If you have any doubt, you can raise it. Okay, so let me, so after that what I will do, I will post this particular depreciation journal. So currently at here the post button is disabled. Let me refresh this particular page. Yeah, there is a workflow, so I need to submit to the workflow before posting this particular journal. So let me approve this particular fixed asset journal. Let me regenerate. The reason behind why I'm again regenerating, so I just disable the workflow. So that was the reason I was deleted that particular journal. So I'm regenerating the proposal. Just give me a minute. There is a one field reason. This is the custom column which we have added the field reason. So let me add that one. So I'm running the simulate posting so that let's see if any other warning message is populating or not. Now the journal is okay. So let me post this particular depreciation journal. Now the depreciation journal has been posted. Okay, you can see the journal has been posted. So for this particular uh, each depreciation, fixed asset depreciation, the entry will be your accumulated depreciation will be debited and the depreciation account will be credited. Okay, so this is the accounting impact. So after this, we have only one concept which is left in the depreciation, that is the uh, sale or scrap. The process is same for sale and scrap. So for that, what we will do, we will go to the, there are two ways where you can, how you can create the sale or scrap. Okay, the one way is you can go to directly the fixed asset journal. Okay, in fixed asset journal you will click on new and you will select the fixed asset journal name as fixed asset disposal. So disposal at here, either it may be a sale or it may be a scrap. Okay, so after going here, so we will go to the lines. So after going lines, we will select the respective fixed asset. Like for example, at here the transaction type, you will select either it is a sale or either it is a scrap. Okay, for example, if it is a scrap, you will select the disposal or scrap and you will select the respective fixed asset. So at here I am selecting the fixed asset as vehicle 003. Okay, so once you have selected the fixed asset, by default the account name and the book will be auto populated, and you can update the description, it's an optional. Okay, and you will enter the amount in credit, like for example uh, at here you will update the amount as 500. Okay, and after that in ledger you will select the gain or loss account. Let me see gain or loss account. You can see profit on sale or scrap, sell of scrap. Okay, so I have selected this particular fixed asset group, and uh, okay, again there is a workflow. So 1 minute, let me delete this part. Okay, let me submit to the workflow. So I'm reassigning and I'm approving directly. Okay, so let me approve. Okay, this workflow is completed. Now I'm posting this particular disposal of sale or scrap through journal. Okay, so if I click on post button, now the journal has been posted. So if I go to the lines, so if I click on voucher, now the fixed asset value will be reduced and the gain or loss account has been hit. Okay, you can see the proceeding of sale clearing account. So everything, the balance whatever it is there, it has been carried forward to that particular uh, say, sale clearing account, and from there you can see it has been posted to the uh, profit of sale of scrap account. Okay, so this is one way of booking the disposal of sale accounting entry. And another way of booking of sale of scrap entry is through the fixed asset through the free text invoice. So how we can book the fixed asset transaction through free text invoice? Let me showcase that. So for that we will go to the account receivable. Now we will go to the uh, invoice, all free text invoice. We will click on new. Okay, so at here we will select the respective customer. Like for example, at here I'm selecting one of the customer as this. Okay, and at here I will select the respective revenue account. So before selecting revenue account, you can see under line detail under general tab you have the depreciation fixed asset number. Okay, so you will select the respective fixed asset number. Like for example, I am selecting the fixed asset number has 001. Okay, and you can see by default the sale account has been mapped. Okay, so you can update the description sale of the asset, and at here you will update the unit price as 50,000, and after that you will click on post button. So this is straightforward. So in the pre-text invoice, you will select the fixed asset number in the general tab of line details. By default, the sales main account will be populated in the line level. So you will update the amount and you will click on post button. Now once it is posted, so you can go to the invoice tab and invoice journal, and you can click on voucher. You can also view the same accounting impact what will happen in the uh, fixed asset journal. What is the accounting impact? The same accounting impact will be populated over here also. Okay, man, let me transfer manually. There is a job is running, but I believe it's every 5 minutes or 10 minutes the particular job is there. So let me run manually. Like it's not there, it means it has been pushed. Yeah, you can see your trade receivable, I mean your customer has been debited, and it has been moved to the proceed of the sales clearing account. Okay, so this is the way of doing the fixed asset sale or scrap through the free text invoice. Okay, so if you see in the fixed asset journal, so we are selecting manually the main account. Okay, so that is only the thing which we are selecting manually the main account. So mostly most of the end customers, they are utilizing the free text invoice for the disposal of sale or scrap of the fixed asset. So if you have any doubt on the disposal concept, please let me know. So once the fixed asset has been disposal, so at here we have disposed one of the fixed asset, right? So let me go back. Let me open this particular invoice number. Okay, so sorry, let me go a step back, another step back. Okay, so if I open this particular fixed asset master, if I go to the books, now you can see the book status is sold. Okay, for this particular transaction there will be no further depreciation will be processed. And one more thing, if you see the acquisition price is 0. Okay, and if I scroll little bit down, now you can see we have the customer account number and customer invoice number. Okay, so this is the sale concept. So if you have any doubt on the sale, please let me know. Okay, so next we have couple of reports which commonly utilize in this particular fixed asset module. Okay, so we will see those reports, and after that we will see. So at here in fixed asset, if you go to the inquiry and reports, so you have fixed asset transaction. So this is one of the inquiry form. It will display all your transaction what you have posted so far. Okay, either it may be your acquisition, either it may be your depreciation. So all the transaction will be displayed in this particular inquiry form. Okay, so next we have uh, transactional report. Under transactional report you will have fixed asset roll forward. So this is one of the electronic reporting. So by default right here the field mapping will be report roll forward report. You will give the from and to date. Okay, so after giving from and to date, if you click on OK, so it will display all the register, all the register with either it may be a group wise. So it will display what is my accumulated acquisition price and how much is my depreciation price. So it will show all in together in one of the report format of Excel. Let me show you that. Yeah, so I just downloaded the this asset roll forward report. So let me show you in Excel. So this is the way how it look like. Okay, so this is a fixed asset group computer. Okay, and before that on top heading you can see the company name and the opening and closing date and the currency. Okay, so you have the opening of balance and the closing of the balance, and you can see acquisition opening balance, and if you have during that particular period any acquisition and any disposal, and what is my closing value. And similarly you can see the depreciation and the write off and disposal. Okay, so at here you can see for each this particular report it's giving with the fixed asset number and their name and their depreciation method and when it is placed in service. So those all information is auto populating over here. Okay, so this is the roll forward report. Okay, next we have fixed asset transaction. This is another inquiry, this is another report. So previously we have seen the inquiry form, so this is the report which will be printed directly. Okay, if you click on OK you can see the report will be printed on screen. and you can take the printout. You can see this is the transaction fixes transaction report. Okay, so even you can take this particular printout and you can share across with your organization and what is the how many assets has been acquired, and you can see their voucher information along with the dates. Okay, so this one report. So another report we have, that is the fixed asset balance report. So this particular report will also show the fixed asset balance. Let me open on my screen so that I can showcase you. Yeah, so you can see this is the one of the fixed asset balance report, where it similarly showcased to you has your roll forward report, but it's have the some net book value. What is my current net book value? It will display over here. But that Excel previously the roll forward report in it is in Excel. Now this is in the PDF file. Okay, so these are the major reports which we will utilize. So other than that, you can see we have some country localization based some other fixed asset reports are there. Okay, like you can see in bracket they are mentioned as GRE, and in so other than that we have Italy localization. So each country having the different localization based reports. Okay, so these are the four major reports which we will utilize as a mandatory, and so that was the reason I have demonstrated those four mandatory reports. So if you have any doubt, you can raise it. So with this fixed asset module will be completed. So after that, I need to showcase in general ledger module two things. So I will demonstrate it, that I will demonstrate tomorrow, and lastly we will see the vendor portal. That is one concept which is left. Okay, then we'll stop our discussion today about this particular fixed asset module. The fixed asset module has been completed. So tomorrow we will see the two concepts, that is the year-end closing process and the purchase order year-end close process. So we will see how it will be work, and then we will see the vendor collaboration portal. Okay guys, thank you.
Okay, Gautam, thanks for the time.